Hi guys, Brianna Martin here to discuss the vegan diet. So we all know there are hundreds of diets out there in this great big world that we live in, and countless reasons why people choose a diet or lifestyle, if you will. However, today we're going to discuss the vegan diet. It's a so-called healthy diet or healthy lifestyle. However, I don't believe that to be the case, and these are the reasons why. There is virtually no historical backing to the diet. There's no historical evidence that any culture has lived on a long-term vegan diet and thrived anyways. Also, there's a lot of nutritional deficiencies within the vegan diet, and I'm not talking about protein. I know that's everybody's biggest argument, but really the diet has a lot of proteins. But there are a lot of other nutritional deficiencies within the diet. But speaking of proteins, one of its most common complete proteins is soy. And I know a lot of people think that soy is in fact a health food, but in reality, in most Western cultures, it's not. So the vegan diet shouldn't be confused with the vegetarian diet, which has a long and rich history dating back more than 2,500 years. There's a lot of similarities, but there's also some pretty drastic differences. Obviously, one being that one diet allows animal products, whereas the other doesn't. But, I mean, the one that really sticks out to me is the difference in the history of the diet. Like I said earlier, the vegetarian diet is more than 2,500 years old. It's seen throughout history, through almost every region of the world, whereas the vegan diet wasn't established until about 1944. So it's only about 75 years old, give or take. But really, the diet wasn't popular or common until about the mid-1970s. So in reality, the diet is still in its infancy. Along with it virtually being a brand new lifestyle, if you will, the vegan diet is littered with nutritional deficiencies. One major one being DHA deficiency. DHA is an important long-chain fatty acid. It's used for long-term cardiovascular health and proper brain function. Diets that do not include seafood or eggs have very low levels of DHA. There are some plant-based DHAs, but the levels are very low, and the molecular compounds aren't as efficient as DHAs found in animal products. And, of course, there are DHA supplements that vegans can seek out, but they come with some pretty hefty risks, including drastically increased LDL cholesterol and immune system impairment within the body. Another shortcoming of the vegan diet is its lack of vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is found in all animal proteins, so meats, dairy, eggs, that sort. And it can also be received from sunlight or sun exposure. So really, unless you're going to become a vegan in the sunshine state, odds are you're not going to be receiving proper amounts of vitamin D3. Vitamin D deficiencies are very common no matter what your diet or lifestyle. Luckily, there are vitamin D3 supplements. They're easily accessible. You could get them at any pharmacy, drugstore, grocery store. But unfortunately, for vegans, vitamin D3 supplements are not allowed because vitamin D3 is derived either from sunlight, which unfortunately you cannot put into a pill, or animal proteins. So the only vitamin D vegans get is from whatever sun exposure they get in their lives, or vitamin D2, which is not as readily available as vitamin D3 is. Vitamin D3 plays a pretty important role in the body. It helps with immune support, brain function, mood, all this stuff. But what a lot of people don't know is that vitamin D3 is largely responsible for calcium absorption within the body. And calcium is also pretty difficult to come by within the vegan diet. So it's really no wonder that in Finland, studies have shown a 12% decrease in bone density for people with a vegan diet. And the culprit is a combination of low calcium levels and low vitamin D3 levels. Another vitamin deficiency that's found widely throughout the vegan diet is vitamin B12 deficiencies. Long-term effects of a vitamin B12 deficiency can be detrimental to overall health, but particularly brain health and brain function. If you have a vitamin B12 deficiency that gets out of control, you'll experience abnormal neurological and psychiatric symptoms, which include dementia, mood disorders, and motor disturbances. Along with all of these psychological and neurological issues that can occur with a vitamin B12 deficiency, vitamin B12 levels regulate plasma within the body. So if you have a deficiency, this plasma can build up and it increases risk for cardiovascular disease and also bone fractures. Getting back to the common protein or complete proteins found within the vegan diet, we're going to talk about soy. So soy is the most popular complete protein for a vegan. A complete protein is a protein which contains all 22 essential amino acids, including the 9 which humans cannot naturally produce on their own, so they need to get from food. All animal protein, whether it be meat, dairy, or eggs, are they are complete proteins. So soy, most people believe it is a health food. In a lot of Eastern cultures it is, but that's because it's produced properly, it's fermented, and distributed properly to all the citizens. Whereas in Western culture, soy is not treated the same way, so it contains a lot of toxins. Soy has the highest content of phytoestrogens of any food. Phytoestrogens are a plant-based estrogen that mimics estrogen within the human body. As we know, too much estrogen can be highly dangerous, and it is believed to be a leading cause of breast, uterine, and prostate cancer. Along with phytoestrogens, soy is loaded with phytates. Phytates are an enzyme inhibitor which block mineral absorption within the human digestive tract. Phytates are found in all grains, seeds, nuts, and legumes. However, they're pretty low levels, so when soaked overnight in just a bucket of plain water, the phytates are eliminated. But this can't be said for soy, because there's just an enormous, overwhelming abundance of phytates in soy. It's nearly impossible to get rid of them. So you're eating mineral blockers, basically. So these are my reasons I would argue against a vegan diet. There's no historical backing, no evidence of any culture surviving and thriving long-term on the diet. The leading source of protein within the diet actually produces hormone imbalances, which could lead to cancer. They block mineral absorption in a diet that's already deficient in quite a few minerals and vitamins. So really, when you compare it to other diets, it's pretty iffy. So if you're looking to make a switch to a vegan diet, I would recommend that you speak with your healthcare provider, speak with certified nutritionists, and do quite a bit of soul searching. You need to figure out why you're wanting to be on this diet, why you're wanting to make this lifestyle change. If it's strictly for the so-called health benefits of the vegan diet, I would definitely rethink that. Thanks.